champ is here! The champ is here! The champ is here!
Y'all heard what he said. What's going on, ladies? It's just your boy MikeOfAllTrades. Listen, I just got done watching the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct, the announcement Direct, and holy crap, is Nintendo in their bag. Y'all give Nintendo their flowers. They not playing no games. They are coming out here to step on the necks of the competition. Okay? You know what I'm saying? And I'm not a Nintendo fanboy. I'm saying I grew up on Nintendo, but I'm a fan of gaming. And this was just... There was so much to unpack in this presentation. Okay? There was tons of things that you're looking at. First things first, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you guys hit the like button, blah, 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 blah. Okay? The release date for this console is June 5th. The date that you're watching this video right now, it is up for pre-order or about to be up for pre-order. In the States, it is $449 for the base bundle. And the bundle with Mario Kart World should be $499. With the game selling separately for about $70. Okay. It's to be expected, you know, a little bit of a price hike, but if you're from back in the day and you bought games on Super Nintendo and 64, you were paying anywhere from up to $85 a game. So, you know, whatever. We're not going to talk about pricing. This is one of those videos. In handheld mode, has an 8-inch screen, HDR, 1080/60. Okay. In dock mode, because yes, it has a dock, 4K 60 or 1440, 120, 1080, 120 performance mode for games that support it. Okay. It feels like it's 1991 all over again because they have third-party support. They have tons of games coming out. Before we get into that, they're coming out with a camera and they're ripping off Discord. I don't know why Nintendo feels like everything needs to be proprietary with them. I think that's one thing that they should not have shown in that goddoggone presentation. Them showing the Discord ripoff with the C button functionality. You know, when I originally saw the C button, I was like, "Oh, that's gonna be for GameCube," you know. But it's for game chat. Let's be clear. Only little Kimmy and Timmy are using this. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe grandparents who might buy a Switch 2 are using this. I don't see them like, nobody's gonna buy the camera. Okay, I'm gonna pre-order the camera because, you know, I want to do the big like Switch unboxing thing. You know what I mean? So that's definitely a thing. But yeah, they have a camera that come with it. The microphone will pick up from your Switch. I don't know. All accessories they're selling is a Pro controller, which has 2 macro buttons on the back. I imagine that controller is gonna be like $80. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. Yeah, I was looking that up to see just to make sure. But there's no other peripherals that they've announced, you know what I'm saying, for this thing or whatever so far. But inside the box, you can get the Switch, 2 Joy-Cons, the 2 Joy-Con strips, the straps, the dock, the Ultra Speed HDMI cable, which 4K, you know, you kind of need that. A Switch adapter, and you're gonna get a USB charging cable as well. Okay, you know what's funny? They did say the grip, but the grips are probably gonna sell separately as well. You know, so while watching this presentation and going through the presentation, you know, they show Mario Kart 9, which I'm keep calling it Mario Kart 9, but it's Mario Kart World, and Mario Kart World looks amazing. Okay. The fact that they're taking the Forza Horizon approach to it, which I respect, where you do a race and then you have to make it to the next race and you drive there on your own in a certain amount of time, and then you need to place a certain position or you get eliminated on online race, like that kind of stuff. That's cool. But then Nintendo started Nintendo, and then they show this demo, this how-to tutorial. They're calling it a game that's going to be free on your Switch to walk you through the magnetic things and the buttons and all this other stuff. You know, it's cute, you know, whatever else. I'm assuming this is what they had in beta that they were trying to test out on the Switch for people to play test. You know, which that's fine and good and whatever else, but yeah, And then they showed Mario Party Jamboree and Jamboree TV. And I screamed like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I screamed. If anybody knows me knows I love Mario Party, and Mario Party Jamboree is the best Mario Party of all time. And they literally show that for the Switch 2 with an upgrade path. Then they continue the upgrade path with both the Zeldas, with Kirby, and there's one more game that space cases me right now because it really wasn't that important. You know what I'm saying? I'm curious how much the upgrades are going to be. Hopefully it's not more than like what PlayStation does. For Jamboree TV, if it's 20, I understand that because you're adding on more games or whatever else, DLC add-ons, whatever else, right? But for your upgrades, like your Zeldas or whatever, that shouldn't be more than $10 because that's how much PlayStation charges for their upgrades, unless they make you buy the whole game new. Speaking of new, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond is coming to Nintendo Switch 2, like I said it would, you know. Which obviously that was to be expected, right? You know, obviously that's a no-brainer, okay? And then the third parties, and there are so many third parties that went through, and they just happened so fast. Seeing Elden Ring coming to the Switch 2, the first thing they show, and I'm just kind of like, okay, they're getting Street Fighter 6, you know. They're getting Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade. Yeah. Xbox don't even have Intergrade yet. I'm just saying, I don't know if it's going to release the same day as the Switch 2 version of Intergrade, but yeah, they don't have it yet. That's all I'm saying. Just so much third-party support. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4, like Enter the Gungeon 2, Borderlands 4, just not games that already exist. You know, Cyberpunk already exists, right? But not just those games, but you're getting new games. FIFA's coming back. They're actually bringing Madden to the Switch. I guess EA decided that, hey, we actually do want some of that Nintendo Switch money. So, and there's a treasure trove of like freaking third-party games and third-party trailer games that are coming out, man. And it's crazy because you wouldn't think you'd hear that from Nintendo. You think we'd be sitting here talking about like small indie titles. Hades 2 did get announced. So there's that. Sorry. Games are popping in my head while we're sitting here talking about this. I think Hollow Knight Silk Song is coming and all this other stuff, right? Cool. And then we get to what I got excited about. I said that they had a C button. And they announced GameCube support. GameCube support for the expansion pack for Switch 2.
And with Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack, you can enjoy a new membership benefit exclusively on Switch 2. Please take a look at this.
Let's go! Let's go! Yeah! Yeah!
Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack.
I'm here for it! Let's go!
Exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2.
I don't care if we gotta wait for a controller sitting right there.
In 2001. Here are the titles that will be available at launch. A Legend of Zelda game that looks like a cartoon come to life through cell shading. Controlling the wind using a mysterious baton, Link sets sail on an adventure across the Great Sea. The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker.
Soul Calibur 2? Okay!
A tale of souls and swords eternally retold. In this 3D
Wait a minute! Champ, you need to shut up! You need to shut up right now, Champ! I'm gonna need you to be quiet!
Enters the fray. Soul Calibur 2. Experience a world of white knuckles.
Let this be online! Let this be online! And we running F-Zero GX tournament!
Put it all on the line in
yeah, Champ. Yeah, go away. I'm gonna need you to take your negativity and go away, dog. What we not gonna do, is dunk right now.
Zero GX. In games that support multiplayer, up to 4 can play together locally or online. Enjoy these classic games.
Y'all know what this means, right, chat? That means we get Mario Kart Double Dash online. I'm here for that. DK Mountain running the building. Give me this Give me Smash Brothers Melee, and it is over.
More titles will be added
Hold
in
on.
the future.
Pokemon XD, Strikers, Luigi Mansion Fire Emblem, Pokemon Coliseum.
Nintendo GameCube, Nintendo Classics, the Switch 2 exclusive game library coming to Nintendo Switch Online Plus Expansion Pack launches the same day as the hardware's release. And a dedicated controller designed after the original GameCube controller will also be released.
They making you
Connect
spend
wirelessly
money,
and
chat.
also has a C button to quickly access Game Chat.
They're making you spend
The
money.
Nintendo GameCube controller, exclusively available for Nintendo Switch Online members, will also be available the same day as Nintendo Switch 2.
Even if you don't get pre-orders, chat, pre-order your GameCube
Whether you're
controllers.
familiar with the games,
Pre-order your
or
GameCube
haven't
controllers.
played-
Now that might not wrestle your jimmies, and that might not get y'all, you know, excited, whatever else. But they showed Soul Calibur 2. They showed F-Zero GX. What else did they show? They showed both the Pokemon Coliseums, Fire Emblem. They showed a bunch of games from the start. So all I want is Double Dash and give me Smash Brothers Melee. That's all I want. Do I have a GameCube? Yeah, I got 2 of them. You know what I'm saying? But the ability to be able to play this stuff online is great. And it's getting included into the price of expansion pack, so you're not paying anything extra. That's cool. Speaking of extra, Nintendo wants to charge you for that dog crap service, the one that's coming out in the game chat. It's free until the end of March 2026. They want to charge you for that. Again, nobody's going to use that. I hate the fact that they're actually trying to rip off Discord, whatever else, right? But yeah. With that being said, hey, breaking news. Shout out to Wario64. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and the Tears of the Kingdom Switch 2 upgrades, they're free if you're part of the expansion pack. So they're free. That's the other game they showed. They showed Wind Waker. Wind Waker was the other game I couldn't think of. Yeah. But Switch upgrade online expansion pack members, you get the upgrade for free. So that's cool. That's breaking news. Again, a lot of news is coming out fast, furious, everything else of that nature, man. Deltarune, they did show Deltarune, you know what I'm saying? That's pretty freaking cool. The Dust Bloods, a From Software title that is exclusive to the Nintendo Switch 2. Even From Software sees some value in the Nintendo stuff. So, you know, again, there's a lot of stuff. Enter the Gungan, the new Donkey Kong Bonanza. They closed the show with that. That looks cool. They did announce Kirby Air Riders, which everybody thought was going to be Smash when they saw Kirby, but Sakurai's at the helm of it. There is just so much. Wild Hearts is coming to Switch. Star Wars Outlaws, you know, a new sequel to Fast RMX, which is a great Switch launch title that I own. Fast Fusions, that's coming out. Like, there's so much. 2K announced their announcement. Yo, I need to see WWE 2K on there. We know NBA will run. I want to see WWE 2K on there. Show it running because we see what y'all did with 2K18. You know what I'm saying? The controllers, get your GameCube controllers. Even if you can't get a system pre-order, get your GameCube controllers pre-ordered because those are going to go fast. Good luck fighting the bots. That's what I got to say. Oh, yo, they showed Hitman, which is funny. They showed in the Hitman trailer, they showed old boy slip on a banana peel, which is kind of funny, right? But then they showed Project 007. They showed a logo. I can't say they showed the game. They showed a logo. Split Fiction, y'all are obsessed with that. David Nakia, that sequel. You know what I'm saying? That's coming. You know what I'm saying? I know I said something about Street Fighter 6, but Street Fighter has Amiibo coming out. It's like Luke, Jamie, and Kimberly, and that Kimberly Amiibo looks dope. I need that in my life. And if you buy the Street Fighter 6 version of Street Fighter 6 on Switch, you're getting the year 1 pass. So you're getting like 26 people. You know what I'm saying? Which that's pretty cool. I think they're calling it like the Fighters Edition or something like that. But that's pretty freaking cool. Yeah, man. There was a unique game they showed, Drag X Drive. You know, 3-on-3 basketball with people in wheelchairs and stuff. So that's different. That's innovative. You know what I'm saying? Metroid Prime 4 does have keyboard and mouse support. You know what I'm saying? So the Switch 2 Joy-Con does double as a mouse, so if you want to get your point and click on, it does support that. That's pretty cool. Yeah, man, it's just Nintendo hit people with a lot today. A lot. And a lot of the stuff they showed is 2025. A lot of stuff, man. So, yeah. Pre-orders today, June 5th. And let's be real about this, right? Nintendo had to get this out. They had to get this out. They had to get this system out in the ecosystem before freaking Grand Theft Auto 6. And that's what I feel like. I feel like Nintendo was racing Grand Theft Auto 6, you know. And it's literally what it feels like, you know, for anybody who's a spec person and whatever else, you know what I'm saying? It does have a custom NVIDIA chip. We kind of already knew that. 256 gigabytes of space on the inside is not a lot. Not a lot at all. I don't know why they went that route, you know. But again, 8-inch screen. I don't know. They call it 7.9. Just say it's 8, round up. It's okay. It's got Wi-Fi 6 with Ethernet ports and whatever else, right? It does HDR10. And HDR, they did show it in Mario Kart. It does look really freaking good. The built-in microphone, hopefully you can mute that. You know what I mean? Type-C ports at the top and the bottom of the Switch. They explain that so you can play handheld and you can charge and whatever else. So, what's funny about that as well, they're kind of killing off the third-party market where you don't need to buy like an external battery to like click in or whatever else, right? You can just charge from the top of it and you can plug it up. It does take micro SD cards, the express cards, and they can only be up to 2 terabytes. So there are limitations. So you can only have a 2 terabyte card, but it needs to be an express card. Okay. And then, the thing is, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you use a regular card, you can only use it for like screenshots and captures. So again, go on Amazon or whatever else, get your SD cards right now, right? You know what I mean? It does have a lithium-ion battery on the inside of it. The battery anywhere from 2 to 6.5 hours. I don't imagine anybody's gonna freaking play it on a dock mode like that, but hey, you never know. Things are weird like that. And yeah, June 5th. June 5th, man. Crazy times we live in, chat, right? Where we're Nintendo. Nintendo are the ones that we're sitting here like they're doing their thing. But let me know, chat. Are you picking one up? Are you getting your Switch 2? Are you looking to go get a Switch 2? Let me know in the comments below. I'm MikeOfAllTrades. Thank you guys for watching, and catch you guys on the next one. Later.